Hi friends, welcome back to my videos. This is Paramita Mitra on certain things that you should do in the lockdown period. I hope that you have got many suggestions, advices from many persons of how you should spend your days, how you should activate your hobbies or your dreams or your thinking to get a better version of you. But still, what I find is we should try to channelize our energy and thoughts during the lockdown time, right? So why don't we try maintaining a journal? Journaling is putting our thoughts on a piece of paper without any judgment. So that's very important, without any judgment. And it elucidates how it helps to elevate our negative experiences, thoughts, emotions, anxiety, stress, anger, negative belief systems, and help us raise our vibration, especially during this lockdown. So let's see what it is and how can we go about through this. So first of all, as you can see that it's more than a diary and you can choose any place for writing a journal. First of all, what it is, it's a written record of our thoughts and the feelings. It does not have any rules, obviously, but it is very essential that it should be a daily exercise. You should write it on a daily basis, right? And it's the most important thing is to track our everyday life. What we do, how do we feel, how stressed we feel, how happy we feel, these things. And thus, we have to figure out what makes us happy or what makes us upset, because our intentions of life is to be happy. The second thing that defines a journal is it's a very creative connection with ourselves. That is very important. We connect to so many people round the year, round the day, 24/7, but we cease to connect to ourselves. This is very important. Why it is important? Because unless and until we are clear to ourselves, unless and until we have connections with ourselves, unless and until we know what we want, what we don't want, how to want that special thing or that particular thing, what to do and what not to do, then our motives or our thoughts will not be clear enough to ourselves. Right? So that's very important, and thus it creates a meaningful connections with families and friends. That is our environment where we are here. Certain steps to discuss is obviously you can have a topic as simple as your daily routine. You can set a timer of 20 minutes. Very essentially, do not stop in these 20 minutes to edit yourself or even a punctuation, right? Once this 20 minutes is over and the timer sounds, you can reread your entry, edit your things and tone it up. Now the benefits. Why journaling? There are so many things to do it, right? Why journaling itself? So it manages the anxiety, it reduces the stress. As we all know that we are all stressed out, we are fighting, we are racing around. But in the lockdown time, as we have had an ample amount of free time, that's also a stress to us. We are not habituated of so many holidays at a stretch. Nonetheless, that we are working on a virtual mode, obviously, but still we have ample amount of time at home which we can utilize and we can stress about. So the option is ours, the choice is ours. To cope with the depressions, to prioritize our problems and fears. What are the fears, what are the problems we are having right now, and how should we go about it? That is also very important. So this tracking of the problems will also be effective when we are solving the problems. We have to identify our negative thoughts and behaviors in the way, and thus we can clarify the thoughts, which will obviously clarify our problems and will head towards the solutions. Now, what is the importance of keeping a journal? Journaling allows us to track patterns, improvement and changes over time. Looking back at previous entries will be able to see problems that you have been able to overcome. It happens like when we are writing a diary at our childhood days, and when we read that diary, the same diary, a little bit in an adult or the more older days, what we find that we laugh at our entries, we laugh at our feelings, and we see that we were very stupid at those particular things, and maybe that we could have thought in a very different manner, but that realization doesn't come in that particular teenagers or sweethearts, right? So for the journaling ideas, you can start with a prompt like what I am or what am I thinking, right? Now it can be your motivations, it can be your struggles, it can be your griefs, regrets, intentions for better lives, lists of why you are grateful to your family, friends, to yourself, some spiritual questions. You can have the long-term or the short-term goals also, the relationship goals, the childhood memories, favorite food, the ideal day of yours, what makes you happy, what makes you sad, stressed, hobbies, what are your best traits, how do you define yourself, what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses, a kind of SWOT analysis, SWOT. So you can also confess certain things which you cannot do in front of others, right? We confess to ourselves, and then we see that there are so many things to confess to ourselves which we don't do in front of others, not even our close friends. And obviously there are a lot more to go about it. But it is very essential that you have to find a very quiet place to write it down, right? Very quiet place. And do not judge yourself for your thoughts. This is very important. Do not judge yourself for your thoughts. The journaling releases negative experiences and releases also suppressed anger. That is also very important. The release, the detoxification of your mind. This is very important. Detoxification of your mind, as we detox with green tea, as we detox with watermelons in the mornings, as we detox with the lemon waters and honey and whatever, not detoxification of our body. The same detoxification of our mind is also important. And you can head towards a number of types of the journals, as you say: food journal, writing journal, exercise journal, gratitude journal, travel journal, prayer journal, reflective journal. The most important thing is reflective journal because it reflects yourself. We'll see some of the typical types of the journal, how it looks. I repeat, quote unquote, looks. How it looks, the journal, and how do you find about it, right? And there are so many things that you can end up doing in a journal, right? And how to do this journaling. This is very important. The practice of writing flexes our muscles, improves our immunity, makes us feel happier and healthier, and regulates our emotions. So releasing day-to-day stresses through the journaling increases the feel-good factor within us. And naturally, we tend to become more positive and happier, which also improves our wellness and boosts our immunity. So in a fine, good place, quiet place, we have enough room for ourselves and a space that is chosen for us, which is away for the clutters or the hustle bustle of the daily life, right? So we don't have any disturbances over there, and we have a fine, complete, calm mind to be very disciplined. This discipline is very important. And when you are going to write about negative experiences, because it does not deal, or to start our day with heavy emotions and revisiting the negative experiences, that specific time in the evening you have to allocate. Why? Because you have a lot of stressed of pressures and stresses at that time. Again, do not judge yourself or your thoughts. You write your things as it comes, as it oozes up, and it ruminate on thoughts, feelings, emotions that may be experienced while journaling. Right? It's a journey. It's a journey of journaling. This journey of journaling also releases negative experiences. Say, if we harbor the ill feelings about ourselves or anybody else, through journaling we can release it completely over a period of time. So this oozing out our feelings and writing and internalizing, this helps the feelings and thoughts to come to the surface, and that's why it eventually releases them. So it helps through a breakthrough, as we can see, and it also builds up self-awareness, right? Self-awareness, we should stop identifying ourselves with the options of the others and what they think about us. And self-awareness is very important for that, for a feel-good factor, right? Which is apart from our problems and stresses and anxieties, and thus we can shift our perspectives towards ourselves, our views, and discover our new self. This makes, have a different positive approach towards our life. This is a very holistic approach. Time and again, when I go through these processes of journaling, it harps upon me that it's a holistic approach, and that is why it's a process of our emotions, of releases of suppressed actions and suppressed angers, suppressed the loopholes of our life, the black holes of our life, and thus that we have to be very mindful. For that 15 to 20 minutes we have to be very mindful. We have to be very true to ourselves, so that we can take out those negativity of ourselves and bring in fresh ideas, so that we can deal our very life in a very happy mood. So the gratitude journal, I have pointed out in the previous slides, that gratitude journal is to maintain good moments. Gratitudes, why gratitude? Because it's a separate journal thanking the universe for all the good things of life that we have maintained, and it has helped us to raise our vibrations. We hope that the journaling of these kind of things helps us to unite with the other self, the new self. As you can see that here we are seeing a lot of types of the journals. We have the images over here, we have the songs, we have the quotes, we have handwritings, we have paintings, everything included in one particular things. Okay, so friends, we hope that journaling helps you to raise your consciousness and to connect to yourself. Thank you.